Welcome to Youth Council TV. I am your host Deborah, and today we are going to be talking about femicide. Femicide is the intentional killing of women just because they are women, and femicide is the most extreme form of gender-based violence. So today we will be talking about femicide. Najua sisi wote tumeona all the cases that have been reported of women being killed because of different various reasons, and we are going to be debunking that. Together with me in studio are two visitors, and they will be introducing themselves as we talk about femicide. Karibuni sana. Remember to like, share, subscribe, and also follow us on all our social media pages. Okay. So this conversation isn't about blaming each other. We're just trying to understand what is happening around us. So we'll jump right into our visitors. They'll tell us their names, what they do, and then they'll explain to us what they understand about femicide. Hi, visitors.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Tracy. I am a communications officer. That's practically what I normally do.
Okay.
Hi guys, my name is Simon Metian. My background is on development studies, so my background is on issues of gender, and also I support in factors of research, especially youth-led research. Thank you.
Okay, so today we're talking about femicide, and I would want you to explain to our audience what you understand by the term femicide.
Generally, from what I understand, femicide is intentional killing of a woman, mostly just because she's a woman.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the general explanation that I can say as of this point.
Okay, thank you, Simon.
So my definition of femicide is men undervaluing the fact that we have the other gender that is, which they perceive less.
Mm-hmm.
So is that's the general thing, like denying women a chance to be women.
Yeah.
Yes, and finding no reason for them to live, so you find that they are killed. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So see, we at least this is what is on the same page. You know what we are talking about today. So I would like us to jump right into the conversation. Which are these red flags that people ignore that lead to femicide?
So for red flags, you find that you meet someone in life. So you find that there are factors like issues of extremism. You find that you have a partner who is extreme to anger, extreme to just mtu tu ananyamaza hivyo. You find someone is just isolating themselves, and you find someone is so much used to issues like gaslighting. So you find that when you find someone, someone is telling that he is into you, but there are some of the issues that you see. Sometimes they're extreme, and sometimes you can just see that this person is not trying to be himself. So another issue, you find that someone especially is not he is not ever settled. So maybe you are with someone, his mind is upset. So and maybe when you find them, they're like laughing as if everything is okay. So I see that sometimes before we go so much into a relationship, it's good that we know that this someone that you are with, you must make sure that they are settled. So have more quality time with them, and when you have enough time with them, you're able to know that someone is maybe anaamka tu anakaa anaenda choo anajifungia na nyamaza, ama tu ako tu kwa simu hataki kuongea nawe. Those are issues that you need to address, especially when they are at the early stages, without allowing them to go. And also the issues of anger. You find that mtu anakasika na unajua anaweza kumdunga na kisu wewe. Then because of love na assume. So mimi naona kama love is no more blind. You must see these things as early as possible, and if possible, when you see something that is not good, it's not of your values, you better run as fast as you could at early stages. Yes.
Thank you for that, Tracy.
Exactly. As for me, in most cases, hata nabenga my friends, uliza huyu mtu Like, how are you when it comes to anger?
Yeah.
Like, kitu kifanyika, what's the first thing that tunafanyanga? No, moja tu in a very polite conversation.
Yeah.
But from there, you get to know, like, unsai kasirika na
behaving.
Something else you may notice, most of these guys, they always start with love bombing you.
Yes.
They will start by love bombing you. They show you nice things. They take care of you. They take care of you. Hata nakwambia siwache na job.
Yes, by the way, it is a part. Wacha wawekwe ba.
Na uwezi kataa kuwekwa. But at the same time, unajua sisi hujaifikiria juu ini the first thing imekufanyikia hujai experience love bombing before. Ini the first time mtu amekuja anakuprovidea, anakufanyia hizi vitu, anakwambia don't work, I got you. Kidogo hivyo na mwenye anachukua control over you.
Yeah, but you know, kuna kitu tunaambianga mayouth siku hizi, sijui kama watu wanakwambianga kubali, unajua kuna wale sawa watakuwa resistant to that. Let someone love you, like they try to tell you like you've never been loved properly before. So let someone love you. No, you let your guard down. So unajua ukifika hapo kwa zile za enyewe siniache mtu anipende, because you know kuna wenye wao imework na kuna wenye haijawork, you get. So kuna hiyo like una feel what if I let this chance slide na, you know, it happens. You imagine nipate mtu anakuweka jamani.
Okay. Kwa zenye kuna watu wenye wamewekwa na wako sawa. Basa kuna zingine zenye zina take a turn.
Results may vary.
Results may vary, guys. Sikizange everything tu unasema hapo acha niende hivyo. Whatever happens to your friend cannot be the same that happens to you. Because people are very different out here. Because msi akishachukua control over your life, anze kukwambia usianze kwenda out. Ama akwambia ati wacha tufanye hivi, weka home, mimi ndakuwa nakupea do. Usikuna shida kutoka nje. Hivyo tu ndio venye hata uta realize ame take control over your life. Kidogo umeacha kufanya hizo vitu, umeacha kwenda job, hata marafiki zako waongeleshi cause unaona ni kama si wako single ananiambia.
Kwanza your phrase by the way. Cause it's really
just the guy atakwambia unasikiza marafiki zako na wako single, wako na mtu nani anawafanyia kitu hakuna.
So there's that element of gaslighting.
Always try to like look out for that. Pia kuna kitu kingine notice they normally do. Utasikia msee akisema kitu kama na ule bishta yako anipendangi.
Yes, I've heard it by the way. These people who talk about now they've come out to talk about what happened. They do talk about it. Wana kuseclude now from your family and friends.
Mtu anaanza kuseclude hapo ndo pale unaanza kurealize nikaa kuna kitu hapo, but unfortunately when you're in that situation at that moment how to realize. But mimi kitu mimi nasema always talk to people. Usijekee vitu kiwewe. Ukisamea the first mistake, mtu anaendelea tu kukupoke tu anaona naweza fanya nilifanya hii akanisamea. So anaendelea tu kupush tu. So let's try to look at those things and ukijua vizuri mimi siwezi itikia hii, mbona unaitikia ifanyike? Always be firm with your nose ama your principles. From there utakuwa at least sawa.
Another maybe to what happen. On a recent research that you have seen, you have seen that most of the women who are victims of this femicide, most of them are under 30 years. So it tells you about the pressures of life. Right there, maybe because of social media, because stress anaishi maisha mzuri. Hata mimi, I've heard of even we have dating apps. People meet on the app, they discuss on something, they find for someone to meet, then you can come back Kilimani. What do you call them? Those
Airbnb.
So that tells you, that alone tells you that these are pressures of life. These are pressures of life. People are trying to
make it at a very young age.
So, and I had the way I had said in my first statement that as men, I think that fact is that women just want to be women, but now in that case of pressures of life and social media, I think as world society we need to down it to the education system that at the end of chini from nursery that social media is a different thing than the reality. So it's important that kila mtu tu if possible ngangana as a woman uko na maisha yako. Sasa haiko. So at least mtu ni mzuri pia uko na maisha yako. Mtu akikuja on board tu mnakosana atoke. But mtu ukuwe na maisha yako. Yeah.
So from what I've gotten from your point is tunafaa kuwa contented with where we are. But still so unajua kuna ile like in most cases people just entered into a genuine relationship. Like unajua si ile yenye utasema ati alikuwa ameenda kutafuta mbaba. No, because most cases I've seen hata as involve a baba. It's just me and Tracy and me tunatafuta boyfriend. So umepata a boyfriend who is around 29 28. Your boyfriend is cool. I mean si ni boyfriend. So this notion of people saying that, oh my God, this person was going to look for a mubaba, ati it was prostitution, I don't really feel like that is the case, because wenye si tumeona wenye tunaona kwa TV, are they people's parents? They are not. They're just young men.
Young girls, young men.
Yeah. So as much as we can say that people are looking for that soft life, I don't feel like it is really that on that direction, because the recent story that we saw, a girl went to an Airbnb with a boyfriend. They said the boyfriend was around 28, 29 years. The girl is in university. So we are around 22, 23. You see, age gap si kubwa. So maybe things just didn't work out. So maybe we can talk about the things that we are normalizing that are really red flags. Like to normalize vitu hadi, we don't see it as a problem anymore. Kuna hizo red flags nye tumenormalize, mtu tu ako zile za hiyo ni normal, you know. So mtu ana feel to something can happen uko zile za
okay, no, si normal guys. But it is normal. Mbona mnashotiana, you're grown up.
Yeah.
Mfiko mnashotiana because kushotiana leads to hiyo literally physical
na hiyo back and forth. So mtu akikushotiana unamshautia or something.
No, of course ukienda kumefight na someone who's your opposite gender. Sasa nikafight na same atakushinda. So this tukienda of course by shouting una trigger mtu au mental health yake iko aje. Like pia ni kitu ingine I think yenye pia as a youth tunafaa kufocus on as well. Mental health yetu. Because how are we?
Yes, baby, how are we? Because you can be having money and you're not okay in the head.
Of course.
Should we normalize mental assessments before we enter into relationships? Because at this point, you won't know who is who.
Maybe you need maybe some checkups. You just
okay. After 3 months, we need to go for check.
That.
But mental health assessment, that one should. Because unajua unaweza kuwa umepata mtu saizi amevaa vizuri, anaongea vizuri. Unaona all those things that you want, those people become everything that you need. Kama vile unasema hiyo love bombing. Imagine upate mtu sahihi. Anavaa vizuri, ananukia vizuri, ako na pesa, maua anakununulia. Like all those things that you want anazifanya. Utapata wapi time ya kumdoubt?
Hawezi.
No,
unajua acha nikwambie, now I'm speaking as a man. You know, for us men, this thing, you guys, you are emotionally oriented. For us, we are mostly rational. So, I think one of the yes, men are rational. They mostly they carry things, and that's why they don't even cry. Mtu anakaza. And one of the things that I really want to say that I wish you could do as a country. Mwana huduma center tuweke tu mental desk. Mtu ukienda kutafuta services ikuwe pia unaenda kuchekiwa tu kama uko sawa.
Should it be mandatory? Ikuwe tu mandatory at this point.
Unaenda kuangalia. Ikuwe hata kwa huduma, that's a part of huduma now.
So from your point, some men are rational, not emotional. Do you think that is one of the few reasons that inafanya wanaacha hizo vitu zinabaki ndani yao until one day ana explode? Alafu since when uko hapo as the lady unajipata
I think that's one of it, but there is a couple of things that pull on each other, but I see that it is not a reason, and that's it's a traditional thinking. Men are also human beings. They need to be sensitive also, and also they need to be sensitive to their partners as well. So when you find that your goals and my goals are not aligning, let's part ways.
Okay. So, vile tunaongea pia kuhusu femicide, there's the role of our friends, the people we know, our families, the people around us, and like the government and all. But now let's talk about the role of our friends. Okay, basically our support system and bystanders. Bystanders, yeah.
So maybe in that one, I can speak of activism. We need to take that as a very serious thing. That when we even sense something like that, we all come to the streets. I think it should be a societal thing that it's not that when someone does something like that, we make sure that we follow up that the law take its course to the end.
Yeah.
Because some victims, because you find someone has money. Let me mention maybe the issue of the Jack Marigbe guy. Remember that issue? That guy, I don't know, but I think finally he was released. I don't know.
No, he's in jail.
He's in jail.
Yeah.
That's not what you need to do.
Yes.
You must make sure that whoever does something like issues, whoever does such a thing, they are made to be accountable.
Yes. No presidential pardon.
No. And another thing, we need to also involve our children as early as they are maybe experienced.
Yeah, that's a really nice idea.
That's a very important thing. As low as primary level, the kids that are there, they won't be told that it's okay. It's okay. Ukifeel nani anakuongelesha vibaya, wewe usifanye anything, muachane naye.
Ama you report to a trusted adult.
Yes. So kupea pia watoto waongee wakiwa wadogo, ile ku create free space maybe as a family.
Yes.
Maybe you create that free space. Can your child tell you, especially about child?
Yes.
Can he tell you maybe nani anamsumbua, kuna kitu kinamsumbua? So your perception inafaa, at least we create that space. And because we are in this country, I think one of the best things that can be done is Ministry of Education. We put this trend there. Because same generation need to do victims, but those who are coming, they are seeing from us. So we need also to start the root cause from chini to kipanda. As well as this when you talk, or maybe if possible to go in discussions throughout, because discussions inakuanga mzuri, mtu akijua si kumbe si mimi tu ndio napitia hivi. Maybe hata barasas, we hold some barasas, maybe on the International Day of the Girl Child, I think, of the child, of the African child, tuifanye ikuwe ni holiday kubwa sana. I think that is very important. Mbona binye tumenormalize ati president anasema Wednesday is a holiday. Why don't you also make such days holidays? Just talk of these issues that are affecting us. We make it address. We address it. Is kwa roza watu. We are just equal. We are all human beings. And a woman also deserve the same space like the man. And women should be left, as I said, to be.
Yes. Also, now that you've talked about that, maybe Tracy, you can tell us, see how unajua mwongea kuhusu now the bigger thing, the community thing, how the community can, now for you, see now we are both girls, right? There's a way in which you can be questioning your other girlies on, you know, how do you deal with, like, you don't put yourself in danger. Yes, danger inaweza kukuta, but kuna zile precautions unaweza take ndio you don't get into some situations. Though unajua most cases za femicide mtu hajuangi, but kuna those precautionary measures that you can take, like, you know, to caution yourself from such things.
I think I'll speak on it as from a girl's perspective, na pia from a story I had in a guy's perspective. As girls, mimi nasemanga tafuta marafiki wenye una trust. Ukiwa na rafiki wenye una trust, even when they tell you something, you will know that they're telling you from a point of love, not from a point of jealousy. Even when you receive it, after you receive, ni kama mimi kuna wivu na ndani niambia hivyo. Si mimi ndo najua huyu mtu wangu venye ananipenda, yeye elewi, mimi ndo najua. So like if you have like a good friend, no matter what she tells you, ni kitu unataka ufikirie useme na mbona Debbie aliniambia hivyo. Juu nimerealize in most cases kuna wanawake wenye wana ignore hizo vitu. Atasema tu like unaweza enda upate Debbie umechapwa, alafu nikuuliza sasa mlifikiana wapi? Ati hatuko sawa. Alishanibaya flowers nikamsamehea. Na such things as your friend siwezi kakaa nikiona ikiendelea. Of course I'll try my best to intervene. But at least nione if I can help you before you escalate, because in most cases when you step aside, you never know what can happen. You step aside kidogo, you know the last thing unaona Debbie ameenda amemaliza.
So what when nimemsikiza, so in short, tukiona problem tusiache.
Address it immediately.
Address it as the
okay. Also for me, when my friends go out to meet people, like umekuwa na talking stage and all, you have to have the full details of the person.
Yes,
like the name of the person, the full name, not Silas Jubrayos. No, the 3 government names of that person, if possible. Just send me the ID of that person. Because if you're a genuine person, mbona tuna ati sijui unajua anaitonga sijui nani, like you're just excited because the person has a mercy. Bro, we are not doing that.
Yes.
You have to know the 3 government names of that person, and then the age where we are at. I think the person you're dating, of course, anafanya kazi. Huyo mtu anawako wapi? Do you know people around the person? You know, like do you know a person or 2? And if we are not doing that. You know, really like, oh my God, alafu when you're going somewhere, you just have to send us the location because we are not risking. Also, if possible, you can ask people around. So just because watu wanajuana. You can all pia wewe unaenda niulize friend yako nani anakuanga aje. Especially upatia anga. Anakuanga aje. So unajua anakuanga tu amenyamaza kwa zile za hadi around your friends that person does not talk like at all, like you don't know him per se. Alafu kuna ile point yenye ulikuwa umesema ati you ask the person about how they handle anger. Do you know most people lie?
Of course they lie. But in that moment tunamuuliza tu wewe kitu kifanyika saa hii na umekasirika una feeling aje about?
But me I feel like at some point you should test them kidogo, si ile ya kuprovoke mtu, like kuna vile una test mtu ama you see how they treat others. You're like, because how can your boyfriend be shouting at other people alafu wewe unasema I'm the special one? You might notice when you break up with a man the way he has been treating other people is the way he'll treat you. You will not believe it. So kuna hiyo like unaona ile like okay, I feel like we should also be opening our eyes and seeing things, unaona, like apart from other people telling us what is going on, pia sisi wenyewe tunafaa kuwa vigilant. Like you know, kuna vitu zingine zina happening because this one cannot be my boyfriend can never behave like that, you know. Such kind of things.
So really, na venye unamwona akiact in public usidhani hata haitakuja iturn to you. Sasa yeye anaweza kuwa na chapana na watu hivyo nje. Kidogo itafika wewe ndio unagonga.
Yeah, because what imagine boyfriend yako amesema amekanyagwa na mtu. Unajua kwanza vile kwa gari za ronga. Mnafinywa.
For me I see that it's beyond that.
But kuna those telltale signs.
Let me tell you something. There is something that we call juvenile delinquency, where you find that someone does a crime, then comes back again, akishikwa anaenda anaachiliwa, anafeel amemiss, anarudi tena.
Of course.
Yes.
Kama iliacha anarudi tena ni jaribu nione sasa inaweza get away.
Nini itafanyika?
Now for this case you find that it's more of a long term thing than a short term. So you find that maybe mimi naweza kuwa niko na anger issue with this man because of issues that are affecting me as someone.
Yeah.
But that is not my normal behavior. Maybe someone is just passing a challenge mentally or financially,
but
frustration.
But there is a healthier way to express yourself.
Yeah. So you find that, let me just finish this.
Okay.
You find that these issues of, you find that someone, and I always suspect that when someone takes a knife and kills someone, before that person tried something close to that. So
like it's not their first time.
The first time. There shall always be signs and symptoms.
Yes.
Me, I don't see someone waking up and just taking it. So me, I take it as it's more of the one that you say that let's know the circle of this person. Let's talk with them. Let's listen. Someone, unajua nani aligongana na nini ngumi karibu mguu.
Exactly.
Sasa nini nasikia batuan.
Well, that makes sense.
It's more broad. Sasa tukisema ile to test anger, maybe jamaa wiki hayuko na useme huyu ana issues na maybe the guy is just so zingine ni beyond that.
But that tunaweza mseka my fight before. My fight.
Yeah, aba wewe unapenda kupigana kwa zile za mimi. Hiyo vita huko ndio da thrive. Like umeelewa, kuna wale watu hata waogopi.
Unajua mimi ndio mtu ngumi kila gani.
But I think these things you can find them out kwa stories zenye hupiga, because I can't imagine ayapa having a you upiga kwa zile za you did that at some point in your life, wewe una take to a mental note kwa zile za you know. But no, I don't know you guys. Unajua kuna wale watu wenye wanakuanga so obsessive, like ukiingia kwa relationship na wao It's either you ukitoka ujue tu na who you get. So kuna watu wajakueleza obsessive behaviors, but according to you,
way of protecting themselves. Ni pia is maybe it's a way of showing love.
Wait, but which guys have you noticed wanakuanga na hizi nini? Kuna difference between kukua obsessed na
possessive.
I don't know which one it is, but kuna ile like your boyfriend atakangi ufanye lakini pia no, kuna ile nyoko extreme. Unaenda wapi? Naenda na wewe. Like you kila saa I'm going with you.
Sisi zote mbili.
There's a difference. Kuna ile yenye inakaa loving and iko normal balanced. Na kule ingine ya ati anataka kuna leo uliongea na oh yeah, there's a difference between caring and obsessed.
Where you're going, what you're going to be doing, if you're too.
But there's a thin line between some things.
Yes.
Now most of the time we won't actually notice because
really
tuko in love.
Okay, but mtu afanye ku interrupt meeting because anataka kujua unafanya. So ulishamwambia.
Na wao wenyewe wanaambianga sasa change sim card. I don't want you to be talking to other people. So you have me.
Inanifanya nifikirie sana. One, mbona unakuanga na boys school na girls school? Na ukipata kwa class, boys wanakairo master. Mimi naona that's where we start failing as
Ndio.
Wait. Now that you are thinking about it,
considering we are fighting for equality,
that's where we are.
Where are we separating these two people?
That's where we start.
Tunafaa kuweka pamoja watu wa learn each other, wajue what is right, what is wrong.
As we grow together. As we grow together. Because me personally, I come from a family of men. So you find that maybe my sisters are older than me, but I've interacted more with men. So in high school umepatana na mamorio tu, maybe umepatana wasichana kwa funky, na maybe hiyo time hata wengi hatupatangi hiyo chance. So kama mtu unapatana
and you don't even know how to relate with them.
Wewe unafikirianga kuna venye unafikiria zamani.
Yeah.
Na pia kuna vitu zenye watu wamekuambia unafaa accomplish kwa hiyo funky.
Unaona mali tunaanza.
Yeah.
So we need to rethink even that.
You know, I actually never thought of it that way. Like, sijui fikiria that perspective. Unaona tu ni kama we are protected. But then what are we protecting ourselves from? Yeah, you know, if we start living with them, we know their ways. Don't say how in a mess.
But class, I don't understand.
We were really making a big deal out of it. Na ilikuwa hadi sisi ndio I think tulikuwa tuna like sisi wenyewe like the system is the one that is working against itself in a way.
Yes.
I love kitchen method.
What do you mean don't interact with
them? I think we prepare the older people. You know, when you're older, you already know all the bad things that a man and a woman, if they were together, what could happen.
Yeah.
But watu hawajui hizo vitu. So ukiwekea your thought process, unaona unawablock, unamwambia bana mnafaa kukaa separate. Hawa ni shangambao tunakaa separate. But wewe kuna reason unasema wanafaa kukaa separate. Na hujawaelezea hata hizo reasons. Because what was the reason?
Okay, so also apart from that, maybe you can talk about the role of the media in all these cases, femicide cases. You know, most of the time, the way they display the femicide cases, inakwanga, according to me, ni more of victim blaming. Like, kumona. Like, wakiposti inakwanga tu, so and so was killed, but
in fact, they don't call it so and so. They always call it woman.
Yeah, and then they don't even say the victim, the perpetrators.
And the problem with that, let me just say something on issues of victimization. The problem with media, you find that when a woman is killed, when a woman is killed, you say a woman is killing maybe in Kangwai. A 14, maybe a 20-something woman is killing in Kangwai. That's what they like.
Yeah.
And when they mention the victim, they don't even mention the victim with what it does. They mention the victim background. Than mentioning the actual thing.
And they also tribalize the person.
Yes.
Kila mtu anasema I'm just like you.
Unaona? So
ukisi have suffered.
Una focus mostly na background ya victim, na kufocus na the actual thing that is.
Do they even mention the person who did the killing? They don't mention.
They say that they're protecting the perpetrator because anaweza fight gongwa na mob justice.
But that is
the same way you are announcing the victim, the same way you should announce the perpetrator. Wote waniko hapo mbele tujue what happened. Alafu sasa hata mimi sinafaa kwanza kusema man killed woman here. See, woman was killed.
Yeah.
For suspense.
Yeah.
Kama you don't know who killed
her. And it is a man, most definitely.
Alafu in other cases unasikianga camera hiyo siku ili glitch.
Ama wanaweka blurry face We want to see the killer.
Yes.
We want to see them. So all the time mnakuanga wanakuanga wamefichwa. Wanafichanga uso. And they don't even mention the name. Mtajua name from other social media platforms but not the media. Yeah.
And there is another thing that is so unfortunate, but sometimes they even go to an extent of privatizing the issue and saying hii wacha wahandle kifamilia kinini. So unapata mtu anaepuka juu familia yao wako na pesa ama nini, anaepuka kushikwa sababu ya such issue. So I think the media biggest role is to call out this thing and let this thing be public.
Like you call out the right
follow up.
Yeah, especially that following up, because I don't even know how other cases went by. Tunajua tu something happened, tukaisikia for some time and then it disappeared.
Hiyo kesi itafanywa justice. Alafu una realize later on bado mtu ana roam nje. Wakitafuta evidence.
Yeah, like released on bail.
I feel like that should not even be released. Why tu hapo kwanza to make sure are they guilty or are they innocent? Ndio waachwe nje for bail watembee. Juu mtu anaweza mwacha atembee endelee kuwa. I don't know if you guys remember this small guy. He was, I don't know him well. He went and killed when he was living with his mother. Alikuwa Machakos, I think.
Yes.
Akarudishwa sawa tena kwa Western. Akafika huko tena akakaa kidogo akaua tena.
I remember that story.
So like if you literally just take the perpetrator, do the right law that's supposed to be whatever to him, tutasonga vizuri. Ashiko yake kwa cell, kana kwa cell, ndo kusikuwe na other victims, because what's the purpose of there being other victims na tumeshajua no mse.
But do you know why hiyo mambo ya ku release victims ndio inafanyanga kukuwe na hizi vitu kama mob justice? Because they know even if they go to prison they will get out. So most of the time in the community people are always like wacha tu tuwamalizie tuendane, because what do you mean they are getting out? And then in most cases the victim is left suffering and then this other person ni kama maisha yake bado inaendelea. You get such kind of things. Also now that we're talking about that, maybe now we can talk about the role of men in these femicide cases. Like what are other men doing now, like in relation to these femicide cases? Like how are you guys dealing with
to men should be peer to peer. As men we need to call out our fellow men who are doing this and ensuring that we protect women the way they are, as I say. And another thing, men, we have a big role, especially in protecting women in terms of advocacy and also having platforms also to talk our issues as men and how we want women to take them as to the way the way they are taking our issues. So it's more of a collaborative thing that men should call out their fellow men who are doing such issues, and also men should be first people to take action, especially when women are called. We should be the first people, in fact, to hold conference saying that these are not things that are acceptable in the society. So the best thing that men can do is actually taking lead in trying to protect women and calling out issues when they arise. Yes.
Exactly, and men should like see women as their partner. If you decide to get into a relationship with a woman, get into it with her because you're seeing her as a partner, not as a slave or someone below you. You're in a letter mutual respect. Na pia tena, I feel like men, when you hold each other accountable, that will help a lot of women. Because if you see your friend ako huku nje anachapa demu wake, mbona unamchapa? Kama yeye mmefika mahali mmekosana kabisa, simuachane.
And I think also it's high time maybe to accept as fellow men, to accept that we are also emotional beings.
Yes, finally.
So
I know.
Let's just men to say to the new era man. Sikuna kulikuwa na homo sapiens. Let's now say that me as a new era man, I choose to be sensitive and I choose to accept that emotions are part of life and are part of human. And which channels do I use to control them? Which ways am I going to address them? Let's not just be like maybe our great grandparents. You'll find that women those days find that when the husband is not happy, anakuja anachapa the wife. So maybe we see from our lineage of how things were used to be done.
When you're talking about that, do you know I recently found out that people are being beaten when women are being beaten when their man's football team loses a game.
Yes.
Me was shocked. Yes. Like, unajua kwanza nilikuwa nadhani ni meme.
Male chauvinism was a very bad thing because when a man feels hunger,
so
when
bad.
a man feels
You mean it's
hunger,
still happening till now?
I was shocked. Mtu aliniambia.
It's unfortunate. Maybe me, my father maybe used to practice such issues. Me as a man, mimi niambiwe na nini na dem.
Like, you know, it will get you into trouble. So I feel like sisi pia kama ladies, we should learn to listen and also be alert. Because hakuna vile itakuwa nakuja kukwambia huyo boyfriend yako amekutandikanga kila siku moja alafu unaanza kuniambia. Imagine unani cut off. Like you literally unaniambia.
But sometimes pia mnapotosha. Saa zingine ni ngumu. Tukubali.
Ndio hiyo nasema pia sisi wenyewe tunafaa kuwa tunajijua.
Tuseme the best solution tunaweza solve up is a good society approach. Tushikane mkono as a society.
But you know what I realized pia ni when wanachapana ni perpetrators. Perpetrators rarely change. Now I don't know what it is, but most of the time girls are attracted to such people. Yeah, your toxicity. My bad boy can never be me. Imagine kila siku natandikwa kwa plot.
Surely. Mtu anaribu sura yako. Kila siku you have to hide, put on makeup to hide it. A lot of times the victims they help their participants.
So in short,
that too.
Why story? Maybe men pia waongezwe kama mwani story ya kusema gender equality ama empowerment of women. Tuongeze men hapo kwa sababu tu wakubali reality ya life kwamba unajua sasa tukisema gender equality women or they are marginalized sana, tukubali pia sometimes men are marginalized. So maybe ni high time to walete pia on board. Hata tukimention tunasema youth, women and
people,
but we don't mention all of them.
But you know, equal inclusive of everyone.
Na men tu wakubali sahi ukigongwa na mtu si lazima urevenge.
Si lazima urevenge.
You can really beat it other
walking away is much easier because it saves you from even going to jail. Imagine
someone told me one day that maybe before you take that decision that you want to take, count 1 to 10.
Yes.
Like breathing and
just count.
Yeah, that's a good coping strategy.
Is it a good thing to do? Yeah. Just count 1. And what your instinct will tell you, do that.
Yeah. So
take time before you do what you want to do.
Now that saves you a lot. That means squeeze even when I'm in a conversation and I feel like this conversation is not one I want to be in. Ndakaa tu kidogo alafu I decide to just walk away.
Yes.
Because mbona na kama linakuwa triggered. Kidogo kwa triggered you don't even know what you do. So ili tu kae tu ujijue tu.
Na tukubali pia as unajua mimi naongea I'm trying to think as a man. Maybe why would this man take this action of killing a woman? So one of the things that they don't want to be perceived as a fearful man.
Or weak.
So in high time tukubali kwamba fear is also a weapon. It's not always the courageous that wins the battle.
Yeah, that's true.
Even those who take caution, even those who fear. When we all see a lion, I can choose to fight the lion anyway. I can choose to run and I'll still be safe.
Yes.
Maybe I'll run, man.
It's not every time that you kill it.
Because
it's not all battles that belongs to.
After I win, then what?
Then what?
By the way, then what?
What do we gain after that?
Yeah, well, that's a very nice conversation. So, situmongia tu kuhusu all things femicide. So, I would like us to talk about the things that are working in Kenya in regards to femicide. So, najua kuna zile organizations and all that support these things. Like they fight for you, they represent you and all that. So, maybe we can talk about the organizations that are not organizations and institutions that are working for Kenyans, and where maybe they can report if
yes,
so unajua kuna ile pesa unaweza enda useme I have experienced this GBV. FIDA.
There is a toll free number also. Yes.
We place them somewhere at least at our
tutawekea.
And because of the issues of also children that I've seen that it's also part of these issues of
that's a whole other
there is 116. There is 116 toll free number. I think it can also help the children.
Exactly. Na nipo watu wanakuwa wanasuccumb to maybe domestic abuse at home. Because from domestic abuse can come to you being finished off. So maybe you can go to support groups like Usikimie. They are very good organizations that help women who are going through this, or even any other victim. And also AMCA. Those are also some of the few that's na
ni kama tutawekea zote hapo chini mzione na namba zao.
Also to mention that the Republic of Kenya, through the Ngao initiatives, I think when you go to a police station, there is always a desk for gender. That's why we report these things. So when someone is feeling is not safe, maybe in the family, and the relationship is set up, you can always go to that police station. You report to the gender desk. I think it's always there, and I think we have people who are there. Yes.
By the way, also if you feel like unajidoubt, unajua kuna ile yenye mtu anaweza kuwa akikutreat vibaya, but hawa na sisi vile wanakuanga wabaya wazuri unajidoubt. You can always look for someone trusted and tell them about it. By the way, you know what guys, if your partner is good to you, there will be nothing negative to report to people. Umeelewa? Tuseme mimi na Simon tuna date and you're treating me well. When I go to talk to my friends, of course I'll talk about my relationship. Will I say anything bad? But if you're treating me bad, so of course kutakuwa na kitu mbaya ku report. If you're beating me, I'll just tell someone, by the way, John, I was beaten. But if your partner is a good person, there will not be anything negative to report. Okay? So, you can always, feel like unaji second guess, you have that trusted friend that you can talk to, or kuna ile yenye inakanga hadi una feel ni kama your mental health is not actually okay. There are places like Red Cross that you can call. They have these mental health professionals who can help you out. Hata ukisearch online kuna psychologists, therapists that you can talk to. But kuna wengi wenye ni wako free.
And also you have trusted religious channels like the church. You find that when you also look, when you also go to the church, maybe you have a spiritual father there, you go and talk with him. This thing happen even in churches. So like the issues of I think we saw someone, SBA guy who poured
acid.
These issues also in churches. So it's good also to approach to maybe. Do
you know, I feel like also the churches should be talking about these things often. Like unafaa tu kukuwa na a Sunday or a Saturday where people are just talking about it. People should preach about it every day. Because watu wenyewe tuko nao kanisani pia. That's true. Also, guys, msizoe kunyamazia vitu. Talk about it. Let it out. Like the more you talk about something, but you know that your quote inakuanga ukweli. A problem half shared is half solved. It is actually true.
Ukishaongelea tena kutoka tu ifikiri tena.
And then when you talk about it, ndio pia wewe ina make sense to your head. Because unajua tabidi kiamete sikitu, I'm like, so it is that bad. Yes, it is that bad. Huyo mtu anakutreat vibaya, it is that bad. So the more you talk about things, the more they actually also make sense to you. And that huyo mtu mwingine anaisi from a different perspective. Vile Tracy alisemanga at some point when you're talking about something, she was like, when you are in a certain situation, wewe hauoni because wewe ndio uko kwa hiyo situation. When sasa nikikwambia Simon, like tuseme sasa hivi nikwambia I'm really stressed about something, his perspective on how he's seeing it is very different. So people can always offer you different solutions and different perspectives of seeing things. So always speak it out. Look for trusted people, talk to them about it. Maybe you can say something, a thing or two where as we close the session.
One, I will always say that fear is also a weapon. So make sure that you take precautions in what you do. And these issues of femicide, they are now emergency health issue. It's not a social issue.
Yeah.
So as a world society, we need to call out this thing. We need to, especially as youth, we need to come out. Let's form organizations in our institution. Let's create, having organization within the community setup. We are trying to create safe spaces for maybe the youth, parents who are having these issues. So let's create more of safe spaces for these people, and let's call out. Let's not keep quiet when these issues are happening.
Call them out,
And I will still insist that giving women an opportunity is not actually denying men one.
Yes.
So it's just balancing the equation of life, and it makes the society full.
Yes.
So we must embrace this reality as men. Let's not think like the old generations who are denying women chances. We can see from the onset of the society how women are changing things. Maybe sometimes their hormones are high, sometimes they are low, but that's the reality of life. So let's just embrace these things and accept that that's how life is working. And when it's not working, it's always pretty important that you just take a break. It's not a must that you do anything that is not good. Take a break, and when things are in order, you can always come back or move on with it.
Yeah.
So that's my question.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Very insightful.
For me, I'll say talking to someone doesn't mean you're crazy. Talking to someone doesn't mean you're weak. You can always go seek help from someone, whatever the situation, whether you're a man or you're a woman. Find someone to be able to talk to, and this will help you also to regulate yourself. When it comes to anger, when it comes to decision making, it will help you to know nini nataka kufanya na mbona hii kitu imenitrigger hivi. Sometimes vitu kama hizo ndo zinaweza kusaidia hata una avoid such situations. Na pia tena, if we see someone needs help, tusiogope kusaidiana. Let's help our neighbors, let's help our friends, our sisters, whoever needs our help. Let's help them, whether it's directing them to the right channel, or if you're capable of helping, unaweza wasaidia pia.
Okay, so guys, thank you so much for joining in this conversation. I hope that you have learned a thing or two, and we hope that you'll be able to be there for your women in the society, and also call out the people who are practicing femicide or are showing signs of violence towards women. We are really happy that you joined today. We hope that you have subscribed, like this video, share it to people, comment below on maybe the experience that you have or an opinion that you have on femicide. And I wish you a beautiful week.